One of the most important things about this video is I want this video to be interactive. So while I set the table, I would like you guys to set the table too. The things that you will need is a cup, a plate, a napkin, a spoon, a knife, a fork, and some kind of centerpiece that you would like to add to your table. Let's get started. Hi guys! Today I will be teaching you a very valuable lesson that you can take home to your relatives or your friend's house. Today we are going to be learning how to set a table. And we'll be learning how to set a table with this wonderful cheat code, which spells forks. So let me dive deep into what forks stands for. So the F stands for the fork. The O is the plate, the circle of a plate. The R stands for, forget the R, we don't really use it, but it's just easy to remember. The K stands for knife, and the S stands for spoon. So when we read in school or read at home, we always read from left to right. So when you're reading forks, you read it left to right. So what do you think we're gonna do when we set up our dinner placement? We're gonna set it up left to right. So we would start with the fork on the left side and end with the spoon on the right side. Let me show. So I'm gonna go over with the utensils that I am using today. First, we start with the fork, and then we of course move on to the plate, and then forget the R, don't forget that. Then we move on to the knife, and then we move on to the spoon. So as you're setting the table, again, you want to move left to right. So the first thing that we're going to start with, of course, is the fork. So as we set the fork down, we remember F for fork. And then we set the plate down for O. Forget the R. Then we set down the knife for K. And on the outside of the knife, we set the spoon. So the way I have this set up is very simple. You want to make sure the edge of the knife that is sharp is facing in towards your plate as well. So this is the overhead view of the table setup so far. The table is looking pretty bare, so I think we are going to set up some more. What more could I use on the table? We have forks, we have spoons, we have knives, and we have plates. What if I get thirsty? I think we should add cups. Wow, this table looks perfect. Now that you have had your whole table set up, we are going to be placing the drink cups. One of the easiest things to remember for the drink cups is the drink cups go above the utensils with 2 on one side. So now we will place all of the drink cups above the knife and the spoon. Because why? Because they have 2 utensils. So now that our table is pretty much set, we have cups, plates, and utensils. There's always that one extra thing that you can add to your table in case you get messy. Let's think a little bit on what it could be. Yes, it is napkins. So the napkins is one of the easiest things to place on the table because you can either place the napkin on the plate like this, or you can place the napkin under your fork, which I'm a big fan of just placing it under the fork because it looks classier to me and just overall well thought out. Now that we have everything on our table, usually I like to put something on the table to kind of give it some pizzazz or just something to make it pretty, like in the center. And I don't know what I could put on the table, but I'm thinking about putting some kind of flowers. Do you guys see any flowers? There! All right, let me put them on my table. The flowers really add a beautiful centerpiece to this table. So the table right now is all set. What do you do with the set table? Do you sit there and play cards? Do you play a board game? No, you eat. Let's bring on the friends.
Come join us.
Of course I'll join you. Did you set that table all by yourself?
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. I am so proud of you. The kind of reaction that I gave my friend in the last video is the reaction that you will get from your relatives, your parents, your friends once you set the table. They'll be so proud of you and so inspired that they might even learn how to set the table themselves. Now that we have completely dove deep into how to set the table, we're gonna go over the steps again. It's just kind of a review. You need a little refresher in your brain before you set the table yourself. Forks. F stands for fork. O is a circle, so it represents the plate. R, we always forget the R. K stands for knife, knife. S stands for spoon, and together they make a dinner placement. After you have set the table with your forks, one thing you will need to be using is a drinking cup because you get thirsty when you eat. So we added the cup above the two utensils, the knife and the spoon. It's easy to remember to add the cup above the two utensils because there's two of them, not one. So you add the cup above the two. Another thing you need when you eat is a napkin because who doesn't get messy and we're not wiping it on our jeans. So you add the napkin and you can either place the napkin under the fork or on top of the plate. Another thing you need is a beautiful centerpiece. I added flowers to my table to make it more bright and cheery. After you learn those quick steps, you'll be able to set the table all by yourself. Thank you for watching.